Hey guys, what's up? MadSeason here, back with yet another 7.3 video for you. A new way to progress your character in this patch is the Netherlight Crucible. It was just added to the PTR, so in this video, I thought I'd give you a very early preview of how it works. Basically, as you level your artifact past your 50-second trait, you'll get new traits for your artifact relic slots. You can spend these trait points at the Netherlight Crucible mechanism, which is located on the Vindicar. This is sort of your home base for this patch. You unlock the Crucible through the quest chain on Argus at the end of the second zone, Macquarie. It's about an hour to 2 hours of questing depending on your speed. Once you unlock it, clicking on it will bring up the following interface. You have 3 relic slots, and if you click a tune, it brings up a tree for that slot. It has sort of a talent tree style where certain nodes split off into other nodes with 3 different tiers. They're themed as Holy and Shadow, and it follows the same system as your artifact where you have to progress down the paths in order. You can't skip around. Currently, you have 6 different ones to choose from and what looks to be around 12 possible points to spend in each relic slot. The first tier trait is the same for all 3 slots. It increases the item level of your artifact by 5 levels per point. I'm not sure if this is a bug, but currently it looks like this is shared across all 3 slots, so that's just 15 eye levels max. The second tier traits depend on your class and spec, and they vary. As an Affliction Warlock, here you can see one that increases both your mastery and avoidance by 650 per point, and here's another that's a proc rather than a flat stat increase. Here's another proc that's a 15-second dot that stacks up to 3 times. Another one that deals damage and heals you, and another flat stat increase that gives you haste and movement speed. And lastly for Affliction, here's one that gives you some versatility when Concordance is active. If you want to see a full list of all light and shadow powers, I'll have a link in the description. And the third and final tier are the minor artifact traits. These are the 4-point traits that you have on your artifact weapon already. And depending on what path you went down, you can put an additional point or points into these minor traits. These ones are different for each relic slot, so you have 9 different ones total. So that's what the actual traits are, but how do you get them? As I mentioned, right now it's tied to the number of points that you have in your artifact. This is the number on the top left hand side of your artifact weapon menu. There's no official spreadsheet yet, but from my experience with a level 52 weapon, I was able to put 1 trait into my first Shadow Relic slot, and at level 58 I was able to put 1 point in each of my slots. So it's not every artifact level, maybe every 3 or 4 after Concordance. I wouldn't pay too much attention to that though because like I said, it's brand new and I'm sure a lot will change from here to live. So we do have some unknowns and unanswered questions. Right now, no one knows how many points you can put into these slots. Can you max out every trait or can you just go down one path? No one has enough artifact power to test it, so we don't know yet until Blizzard tells us. Another question is how many points can you put into the tier 3 nodes? Is it 3 just like tiers 1 and 2 or just 1? My guess is just 1 because if you remember at the last BlizzCon, their original idea was to release relics that gave you 2 traits. That ended up being cancelled, and I think this Crucible is sort of them trying to bring that back. And if that's the case, it'll probably just be 1 point per trait max. And another question is, what is this score for on the top right hand side? Once again, no one knows yet, but if I had to guess, I think it might have something to do with this new legendary ring, and that's the insignia of the Grand Army. This increases the effect of these relic traits by 50%, so maybe if you have it equipped, it pops up in the square to let you know that you're getting a boost from that. And lastly, another question you might have is, will I have to do this for every single relic that I get? Now, I can't be 100%, but I'm pretty sure that these upgrades are tied to the relic slots rather than the actual relics, so I don't think you'll have any worries with that. But that's pretty much all we know so far. Like I said, very early preview. I might update when things become more clear, so keep an eye out for that if you're curious. Now, I do think this is going to cause a lot of controversy because it seems to be tied behind AP grinding, which a lot of people hate. Personally, I think it's way too early to judge it. Right now, it might seem grindy, but remember, our artifact knowledge will be increasing as well, and once again, we don't know how many points that we can even put in here yet. Or maybe it'll be really grindy, who knows? There's just too many unknowns and I think it's too early to say that it's good or bad. That's about all there is to say though. I hope you found the video helpful, like it if you liked it, and thanks for watching. Peace.